Hey guys, my name's Chris and this is Restoration Rescue. In today's video, we're gonna be back working on the frame of the 1963 Chevy C10. And what we're gonna be attempting to do today is we're gonna take that frame, that rear end, and we're gonna try and put it on that rear end. So stick around and let's see if we can do it. All right guys, so as you can see, we are only down to cardboard Tim today. The real Tim is out sick today, so unfortunately, you're stuck with me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move this rear end under where it needs to go over there. And then we're gonna come over and we're gonna steal those trailing arms and we're gonna start putting them on. We're also gonna show us a little bit of a clip of us sandblasting in our new sandblasting cabinet from Harbor Freight and show you how it works out. So what we're gonna do is get those set up, get these couple bolts sandblasted and bolt them in. So let's do it. All right, guys, so I tossed these and those bolts right there in the sandblaster. This nice Harbor Freight one. Worked out pretty well, but what these are, let me explain this. This attaches to the inside of the, or the outside of these down here underneath, and that is where our springs are gonna go. So we gotta finish up on the other one, on sandblasting it. This one came out okay. I got a little bit more, I missed a little bit of a spot there, but it's coming out okay. We're gonna show you a couple little clips of this thing. One thing that we do recommend is a light. We got that at Harbor Freight too, which really helps brighten this box up because as you can see, without it, let me turn off the light. We'll show you how dark this box gets. So you go from that where you can barely see to that. That is definitely worth it. We picked it up for 20 bucks at Harbor Freight, which really makes this thing usable because that light up there does not work very well. So we're gonna hit that one real quick. We're gonna get this thing sandblasted and then we'll get back to working on hopefully making this thing a roller. All right, guys, so as you can see, we have both of those pieces now sandblasted as well as the bolts that are gonna go into the trailing arms to hold that to the body. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna attempt to get this rear end underneath this truck. So it's gonna be a little bit of a hassle. We're gonna set up the camera and we're gonna show you just how difficult this is as a one-man job. I am not the strongest person on earth, so I can't just bench press it. But we're gonna attempt to get this onto this. All right, so as you can see, we got the rear end mostly aligned. We got some things we need to work out before it goes 100% in. We're still waiting on the springs. They should be here today, but right now I don't have a very good feeling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is where we're at. We have U-bolts on the rear end. So what we're gonna do next is we are gonna take the springs and we are gonna shoot them on this truck. And then we're gonna put the shocks in and this is gonna wrap up the rear end. So let's do this while we still have some daylight out there and while we have the time. So let's knock this out.
Why you keeping me waiting? All I want.
All right, so there is the new spring. We have gotten it from Performance Online. Shipped right to the house, pretty good deal on it. We're gonna stick with the stock height of the truck. So what we have to do now is put it on the trailing arm, and then from Classic Industries, we got a new hardware and bottom and top of this. So pretty much what it does is it's gonna sit up here on the top. You get it set in, and this one with the nut goes on the bottom because this long bolt is gonna shoot up from the bottom and bolt right into there. So the bottom and the top is all set. So let's go ahead and knock that out.
All I want is me and you. Been so long, been so long. Why you keeping me waiting? Lose trust me, trust me. Lose trust me, trust me.
All right, so the spring is in, like I said, and now here we have the shock. We have decided to go with the Monroe Gasmatic shocks for all four. You didn't get to see them be put on the front. However, we have them here on the back. So we're gonna go ahead and knock these into where they need to go. And then we are going to do the other side. So let's go ahead and knock this out. So unfortunately the GoPro has decided to die, but as you can see up here on the top, we're gonna slide a bolt in up here, and then we're gonna do the same down there at the bottom on this side, and then we can let out some of the pressure on this and get this side 100% lined up and start locking down all of the bolts. So let's go ahead and knock this out, and I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this side is completely buttoned up. We just need to tighten some nuts and bolts in, and that one will be good. So we're gonna move over to the other side, get that knocked out, hopefully get this GoPro going so you guys can just watch me work and get this thing the same as the other side. So let's do it. All right, as you can see in the time lapse, we are back, we are done. All we need to do is tighten down a bunch of bolts and the rear end is gonna be completely set. So now we're gonna turn our attention back to the front end and see if we can fix this one, and then we're gonna go grab some tires and rims and see if this thing can be a roller. So let's hit it, let's do this, and let's get it done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be a wrap for today's video. We failed at the front end, but we did accomplish a lot and have the rear end 100% in. So make sure you consider smashing that subscribe button, comment and tell us what we're doing wrong, tell us what we're doing right, and make sure you like the videos so more people like you can see it. So you guys have a good one, be safe, and see you next Saturday.